Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Board Directors Meeting, Friday, March 11th. It's scheduled for 3 o'clock. I know it's a little past 3 o'clock, 3:08. And I want to welcome you all to this meeting. I want to start the call to order by a moment of silent prayer. Please stand if you like. Do as you feel proper. And I am going to say a prayer today. Our Father, please bless those in the Ukraine that are fighting for their right of life and their will of freedom. Please protect those that are out fighting the aggressors and those that are just trying to escape just escape with their lives into a country that they don't even know what's going to happen. So be with them and also be with our troops, the troops that are being moved to Poland, the young men and women that are being prepared in case the aggression continues. Lord, be with all of us. Be with this board as we make the decisions today, as we've done before, in the proper way and looking at everything that we can to help the people of Miami-Dade County. So with that, Lord, once again, thank you for everything that you do for us at all times. Amen. Amen. Please flash the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball.
Good
Madam Clerk.
afternoon.
Secretary, I mean.
Board Member Cueto.
Present.
Onestein. Board Member Smith-Fano. Treasurer Weinberg. Vice Chair Moss. Chairman Diaz. We have a quorum.
And before we continue, I want to welcome Jose Enrique Cueto to this board. Congratulations on being here with us, and thank you for being here with us. Yeah, if you could say a couple of words before we get everything going.
Absolutely, Chairman. It's an honor to serve among this group and for this great agency. As a civil engineer, as a civil servant, and as a member of this community, the work that MDX does is apparent to all of us on a daily basis. And I could not be more fortunate than to join this leadership as MDX transitions into a new phase and into its future, which is as bright as its past. So, Chairman, fellow board members, thank you for welcoming me, and look forward to working with you all.
Good. And I also want to thank Darlene Fernandez that stepped down. I guess she's moving into other things, so we probably won't know. But thank you, and also congratulations on winning yesterday the award in the women's professional category on the women's and what is it? Women's in the company of women. I apologize. I know I was there yesterday, but congratulations. All right, thank you. Now with that, approval of agenda.
Move it.
I have a motion by Vice Chairman Moss, second by Treasurer Luce and Weinberg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? None. All right. Declaration of voting conflicts. Does anybody have a conflict in anything that's before us today?
None.
All right. Let the record reflect none. So with that, this is a citizen comment period. We have 2 items, actually 3 with board notes and some reports. Is there anything on here that any citizen would like to speak on at this time? Okay. Secretary, note, and Mr. Attorney, note that nobody came forth at this time. So public session, comment session is closed. Therefore, I would like to take one motion and include the 2 regular agenda items A and B, also to include the minutes
Move it.
and all the reports.
Move it.
I have a motion and a second by Fano. And with that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? None. All right. With that, we get to the point of, let me say something before we move forward. I want to thank everybody that's been involved from Dade County and in the state of Florida for working so hard to basically we know that the state had tried to put some variance to try to, once again, make sure that this agency was not insistent and real, or basically here. And therefore, there was two bills, Senate Bill 398 and House Bill 157. I want to report here to everybody that due to the efforts of everybody here, and I want to thank publicly Bernie and also Carlos for all the work that you guys have done and everybody have done here. Both bills have been black flagged. As Commissioner Carey used to say, as Congresswoman Carrie Meek used to say, they've been black flagged. So they're done. So once again, we move forward and hopefully we could solve this one way or another and come to an accordance between all of us and move forward together. So that's hopefully the plan to go for. So with that, we have 3 candidates coming forth for this. Mr. Attorney, let's walk through the process.
Okay, prior to we go through into the process, the chair's going to ask for a 20-minute recess. So it will give the opportunity for the board members to review the resumes, and we will provide you with the references that we worked all week to get to you. The candidates were given till March 4th to supply 6 references. The final reference written up was done yesterday afternoon, so we didn't have an opportunity to give it to you beforehand. So the chair is going to ask for a 20-minute recess so the board members can review not only the resumes, but they can also review the references. Once we come back on the record, we're going to have a 3-step process. The first step would be the interview. All 3 candidates will be interviewed. Interview questions are a list of questions prepared by the former executive director, Javier Rodriguez. In the interest of fairness, as we've done in the past, all candidates will be asked the same questions. Board members may ask a follow-up question based on the candidate's response. Chair has asked that the interviews be limited to 1 hour. That does not mean that we have to use the full hour. The step 2 in the process will be a discussion period, and this discussion period will be if needed. That you will decide as a board whether you want to discuss the candidates or whatever. And then the third step of the process would be the voting. In order to be selected the executive director, the candidate must have the majority of the votes of the board. If the highest vote receiver does not receive the majority on the first vote, the lowest vote getter will be removed and the voting will take place again. So Maria Luisa will hand out the packet of resumes and references, and you can ask for a motion to recess for whatever you think is appropriate.
Before I
don't know.
do so, we wanted to follow a process that has been followed before and make sure the integrity of what we're doing is straight up and the way it should be. I do not want anybody to feel different in any way. On the opposite, this is a professional institution that's doing a professional decision today to have the most professional person to lead this agency. We've been blessed with somebody that for 17, 18 years, around there?
15.
18. You know, it's 15? Okay, we got 18, 15, I'd take you.
I would take her too.
15, yeah, I'll take her all day. 15 years, that honestly, it's going to be hard shoes to fill, but I trust explicitly what he's done and the questions asked, so it'll be a fair process with that. So I'll take a motion to 20 minutes. I'm going to ask the members to please stay here as we review everything. I do not believe we should be out and talking to anybody, and stay here and discuss it. Study among yourselves and from that point on, we'll bring them back. And if they could also leave the room.
Yeah, I have arranged for them to be comfortable in the conference room, so.
So that way, you know, it's not fair that one hears a question before the other and
That's right.
stuff like that.
And they understand that.
I know.
I'm not,
We want to make this as far and as straight, as far as no issues whatsoever that anybody looks at it a different or negative way, or that one person was. And another thing is, when we get to the questions down the road, if you ask a question of one, you have to have the same questions of the others, because this avoids anything that could be looked at negatively among one person or another. So hopefully we agree with this, because I think it's a proper way of doing it, and it's pretty much level, and I appreciate all the work that's been done, and looking at the past, the way it's been done, and we move forward. So with that, I need a motion for.
Before the motion, if I may, I do want to enter my treasurer's report into the record. Marian is very brief.
Could we just
Very
take it
brief.
for what it was? I already made a motion on all reports, and I accepted them.
Okay, I didn't
All right.
realize the motion was
Yeah, it was
included
on
on
all
there.
of them. So we'll
All
deal
right.
with them.
We'll email you.
Yeah, there you go. So all reports accepted. Except the treasurer will get it down in writing and send it in. So with that, there's a motion by Commissioner, by Chairman Moss, and a second by Member Fano. So with that, everybody in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. Thank you, and the three of you may step out of the room as we look at this stuff.
That's funny.
These I think are six different references for each person, and they have started this and they finished today. That's why we have them before us now, okay? So that's why we're reviewing them at this point.